Hey guys, and we are here for some great Skull Bingo action. Just 50 seconds to get enrolled into this upcoming game, as we have over $600 of total prizes in this first game of Skull Bingo. Hopefully you're getting enrolled, as we'll be streaming the next 23 games with you guys live on the Pilot TV, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch.
Absolutely. We would love for you guys to go check us out on all of our different streaming platforms and shoot us out a little message about where you're watching us on, and we'll shoot you right back out a little bit of extra luck to take with you into this happy hour. But we also want to shout out all the locations that just recently got those Pilot TVs unwrapped and installed. And so the latest spots you can go check those out at include the J&H Liquors, Neeson's Gaylord, Hatterdale Municipal Liquor Store, the Dirty Blonde Bar and Grill, Eagles Albert Lay, EJ's Bar and Grill Gaylord, Jersey's Bar and Grill, and even the Hatchet House of Bemidji. Those are the latest locations that you guys can go check out those Pilot TVs at.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff going out to all those locations that just got Pilot TVs. But in this very first game of Skull Bingo, we have a $135 line prize you could take home in 10 balls or less. We'll see if we can give this out quickly. We got $327 available on the large frame that you could take home in 43 balls or less, and a coverall of $178 you could take home in 50 balls or less. Should be some great stuff, as it doesn't look like we're going to be giving out this line prize, as we're moving past it to a $7 must go.
Absolutely. We'll have to see if one of these players is going to be taking it home pretty soon. We still have that awesome large frame and jackpot coverall to take home, too, so don't you worry. There's going to be a lot of great cash to be handed out to some of those lucky players. We do have Joe over at Carboni's Pizza Rochester who's getting to take home that must go line prize. $7 going out to you, Joe. Nicely done.
Yeah, now working on that large frame. But as we're working on a jackpot, we do have some weekly jackpot watch list, as we have 15 jackpots that we've given out over the last 7 days, 64 jackpots over the season 14, and we're going to talk about the 3 jackpots that actually just went out yesterday.
That's right, and getting those jackpots started off just yesterday, it was Kitty over at Hoover's Pub who got to take home $1,104. Nicely done.
Good job, Kitty. Next up, we had Master Man over at Sunshine Summer House, taking home a nice prize of $2,533.
Nicely done to Master Man. We had one final jackpot, and they just seem to keep growing in that monetary amount, as that final one was the largest one of the day. It went out to Cindy. They were playing over at DeGraff Municipal Liquor Store and got to take home a whopping $4,421. Nicely done to Cindy.
Yeah, good job to all of our players who were getting after it on that Monday of Skull Bingo, as all 3 of those jackpots actually went out, as me and Jordy were here giving out prizes in Skull Bingo. Ooh, speaking of Skull Bingo, we got Vikes out there getting after it, celebrating our Vikings out there, as I'm excited as the Viking season is just around the corner. NFL season is just around the corner. We got the start of the preseason.
We do have a winner here, as Brother Nate at the Chart House is taking away that Musco cover our large frame, and they're also taking away that Musco coverall. $12 on the Musco large frame and $18 on the Musco coverall. Nicely done to all of those players, taking home some cash in this first round of Skull Bingo. We're about to get enrolled in our second.
Oh yeah, but exciting stuff. In 2 days from now is the first preseason NFL game.
Wow.
So I'm very, very excited.
I thought we had another week.
Yeah, I didn't realize, but yeah, this Thursday, just 2 days from now, we're going to be having the Jets versus the Browns as the first preseason game of this NFL season.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm super excited. And, I mean, then we just have a week after that on August 10th where we get our first Vikings preseason game as we take on the Seattle Seahawks.
That'll be some really exciting stuff. We can't wait to see that happen. And so make sure you guys are getting ready for that preseason.
Oh yeah, should be really exciting stuff. I've been hearing a bunch of good stuff coming from camp. We'll talk a little bit more about our Vikings once we get into the Vikings news section of our broadcast. But right now, we gotta talk about our newest ETAB game, as there's an alien invasion alert. Earthlings, brace yourself for the excitement of our newest ETAB game. I feel like that's a little fortuitous with all the news that's coming out from our government. The new ETAB game is Space Sweeper. Get ready to defend the planet against the extraterrestrials invasion. Wow, winning cash prizes up to $1,495 in the Moon Conquer and Space Sweeper bonuses. Martian Invasion players, you'll love this new ETAB. Try it this Thursday at your favorite Minnesota bar. So yeah, super exciting stuff for this Thursday.
Absolutely. Keep your eyes peeled and get ready for this Thursday when it hits the iPads. We can't wait to see what you guys think about it. So check out Space Sweepers. But if you guys want to stay up to date and see promos of that great ETAB game currently, go over to our Facebook page. Once you search up Pilot Games, give us a like and follow. You'll be able to keep up with all of our weekly bingo schedules, event details, big progressives, and even sending in all those player pictures. You can even utilize that link tree at the top of our Facebook page, where if you click the website link, it's got direct links to all of our social media, like Twitter and Instagram, all of our streaming platforms, pgl.world, and even all the locations around Minnesota that you guys can go check out Pilot Games at. It's definitely the hub of that information, and even if you have any questions, shoot them out right on that Facebook page. We have a great team. They'll email, or they will answer you back as soon as possible if our community of players don't answer you back sooner.
Yeah, it's definitely some great stuff there. Facebook, just a hub of everything, like Jordy just said, of all that information. We are having balls drop in this game, as we have Wendy W. out there getting after it. Bowl, Cookster, a bunch of others trying to take home a nice prize. We did move past that line jackpot to a $5 must go. We also still have that $345 large frame jackpot and $188 coverall jackpot. But as we are getting after it, we are going to be playing some great bingo throughout the rest of today. Me and Jordy, we're going to be here playing Skull Bingo all the way till 6 p.m. with you guys, giving out some nice prizes along the way. Then we'll lead you guys into your first unhosted live bingo game of a Lucky 4 Bingo. It will be your last opportunity of Lucky 4 Bingo and your last chance at taking home $43,000.
For the day.
Before, huh?
For the day.
For the day, yes. But we do have a winner here.
OGNIB over at St. Patrick's Tavern is taking away that must-go line prize, $5 going out to you in this second round of Skull Bingo. Make sure you guys continue to try and get one of these great jackpots. But as you were saying...
Yeah, just talking about our bingo for the rest of the day.
Yes.
As we play that one game of Lucky 4 Bingo at 6 p.m. That's when you'll get into some game day bingo running from 6 to 6:40, and then again from around 8:30 all the way till 10 p.m. There will be a slight interruption in that game day bingo, but in those game day bingo games, you'll be getting after a mega of $28,283. You could take home in 47 balls or less, a major prize of $3,256 that you'll be able to take home in 51 balls or less, and then a minor prize of $29. You guys will be able to see that ball count as soon as you get into that game around 6 p.m. But should be some great stuff playing that game day bingo leading you into our MegaSota game night.
Absolutely. You can expect that at 6:40 like you can each and every Tuesday. It's your only opportunity at seeing Tony and Nikki on that awesome MegaSota game night. So make sure you guys are coming out tonight at 6:40 to earn those PGL points and some great cash along the way. Now there is another specialty night that you guys can expect, and that happens each and every Wednesday at 7 going to 9. And before I talk a little about that even further, we do have a winner.
Yeah, we got OGNIB over at St. Patrick's Tavern taking home a nice must-go large frame of $8. We also have a $12 must-go going out to Smiles over at Neptune's Bar. Good job to each and every one of our winners in that game number 2 of Skull Bingo. We will now be getting enrolled into a game number 3 with each one of those jackpots continuing to grow as we get enrolled.
Absolutely, so make sure you guys get enrolled in a game number 3. But as we were talking about, I was letting you guys know about what to expect tomorrow for an awesome Wild Wednesday. You guys can check out Wild Wednesdays each and every Wednesday from 7 to 9. Ian and I come back into the ice studio and give out those PGL points and play some awesome tournament-style games of our own for you guys to definitely come check out. Those are the only 2 nights that you guys can earn those PGL points, so make sure you guys come on out tonight at 6:40 and tomorrow at 7. It is still super early in Season 14, and there's still plenty of time for you guys to take home some points.
Oh, absolutely. We definitely love all those great bingo that you guys can play throughout the entirety of your bingo day. But you guys just have about 1 minute to get enrolled into this next Skull Bingo game. While you guys are getting enrolled and playing this next game, we are going to be talking about our first National Day. This one's a great one that you can celebrate on tonight, as it is National Night Out Day. National Night Out Day on the first Tuesday in August promotes police community partnerships in the neighborhoods across the country. The event focuses on the community and raising awareness through camaraderie. By involving area of relationships, the hope is to make our neighborhoods safer.
Yeah, I love communal events that happen in smaller neighborhoods and small communities. It just is such a sense of family, and it's just like great. Like everyone's just so positive in those events, and I think that is such a great thing to honor that they have towns where they're kept safe to the point where they can have that. I know growing up, block parties and things of that sort were my absolute favorite. I'm not even too sure if they still do that in neighborhoods.
Yeah, I think they still do, obviously, as
It's a
I
lot
wouldn't
less
think that
than-
would disappear completely.
No.
But I do think that is definitely not as prominent as I once knew of it, as I don't hear, and I'm also not within that scene as much
Yeah.
of seeing those kinds of things. But I do think it still happens, but not to the level that I remember it.
Yeah, it was definitely a great one though. Did you live in a neighborhood that had block parties and things like that?
I never lived in a neighborhood that did like block parties or
Yeah.
anything like that, like full blown, like where they closed off the block.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of times where I grew up in neighborhoods that were very, very close knit, that where all the kids hung out in the entire neighborhood, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. See, I grew up in one of those neighborhoods that they completely shut down the streets,
Hmm.
and they would bring out vendors and things just like on random weekends of or weeknights of the summer. They would randomly do it in different streets in my
Ah,
neighborhood.
that's super, super cool. We do have WWWD over at B&L Bar, taking home $5 on that nice Musco Lime prize. Now working on that $368 large frame.
Absolutely. Well, happy National Night Out Day.
Yeah, definitely a good one to do. Do you have a favorite one? Little night out activity, little fun thing you can do that is a nighttime activity that's a hangout?
I love when fairs come to town.
Fairs come to town.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a
That's
cool one.
yeah, because I'm trying to think of like community-based events that has law enforcement and things of that facilitate it, and
Uh-huh.
I definitely love county fairs and state fairs and things like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll go with just like not a community event
Yeah,
like that, but I'll do like a bonfire. There's a lot of
yeah,
times where those were kind of the more
mhm,
community events that I was a part of, not block parties, but
yeah,
like these bonfires that would have everybody in the community kind of come
mhm.
together and they would all hang out at this giant bonfire type deal.
Super fun.
Yeah, so those are the kind of things I remember. But definitely cool
Very
stuff there.
fun.
Happy National Night Out Day. It's definitely an important one to have a close knit neighborhood so you can make it as safe as you possibly can. Your kid goes running off. You have a neighbor that can be like, hey, I saw your kid hiding in my bush. Come and pick him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's always a good thing. Next up on our National Day list, I'll let you take this next National Day.
Next up, we have National Minority Donor Awareness Day, and on August 1st, Minority Donor Awareness Day focuses attention on the need for minority donors. The day is a part of the awareness campaign of National Minority Donor Awareness Week.
Yeah, super important stuff. As we are talking about this day, we do have a winner sidecar over at the barn, as well as Gwen over at the Blue Line Sports Bar and Grill. Gwen is taking home $13 on the coverall, and $9 is going out to sidecar on the large frame. Good job to each and every one of our winners in this game number 3 of Skull Bingo. As we're getting enrolled into a game number 4, we got that line, large frame, and coverall jackpot just continuing to grow.
Absolutely. And for those that don't know, today is a time to educate individuals on the need for multicultural donors and the facts surrounding organ, eye, tissue, and blood donations in general.
Ah, super, super important day as we want to protect as many people as we can and making sure that they get the proper care.
Absolutely. If you want to support today, you can wear blue and green, as those are the colors that are the sanctioned colors for this specific national day. And if you guys didn't know, about 90% of adults support organ donation, but only about 60% of them are actually signed up to be donors.
Wow. Definitely. Hopefully, we can up that number on today, on National Minority Donor Awareness Day. Next
Hmm.
up is International Mahjong Day. On August 1st, International Mahjong Day deals a game to get the celebration started. Play your tiles well, and perhaps you'll honor the day with a win.
Absolutely. I am a fan of Mahjong. I have not actually played the real version of it, I don't think, as I think you need about three to four
Yeah, it's at
people
three to
to
four
play.
people, it looked like.
And I've never played that version. I've seen people play the two-player version of it. I've also seen the solo version of it.
Yeah, it's a relatively young game, at least compared to Chinese history. While some debate debate as to when exactly mahjong originated. According to game experts, it probably evolved near Shanghai in the 1800s, making the
Hmm.
game about 200 years old. A drop in the bucket for a 2,000-year-old culture.
Very, very cool stuff. Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, they are kind of like dominoes tiles that have different symbols on each side, and you're trying to find the matching tile and pair them off.
Ah.
And so, very fun stuff.
Yeah, it was originally named Sparrow.
Hmm,
Yeah, very, very interesting.
that's cool. Yes, as if you guys were with us for the lunchtime show, Ian found out earlier that it was actually banned for one period of time in China,
Yes,
which
due
is
to the
super
fact that with
interesting.
its correlation with gambling and smoking, that they wanted to get rid of it, and it didn't last for very long. The ban didn't work very well, and it was back once again. But very, very funny little fun fact there. Um, the world's longest game of mahjong was played in Russia. Yeah, it was clocked at 33 hours, 3 minutes, and 48.58 seconds.
Wow.
The previous record long game was held in China around 2007 for a total of 29 hours, 58 minutes.
That's a lot. We do have Kitty as well as Nellie, and Babs. Babs at the Trail Stop, Kitty at Boulevard Tavern, and Nellie over at Shooter's Saloon and Eatery. All three of them are getting to split up that Musco line prize of $5 as we work towards this $391 large frame. Nicely done to those winners splitting up that Musco prize. We'll have to see who's taking away this next one.
Oh yeah, the biggest mahjong party was 2,380 people playing the game at the same time,
Right
and it was
on.
held in China in 2013.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, super fun stuff. Let's see. If you want to get a fellow player's attention, definitely don't tap them on their shoulder. Doing so disrupts their mojo and subsequently their good fortune.
Oh.
Ah.
If you guys didn't know, based on the results of long term play of Mahjong, the chances of winning are correlated to skills. It shows that the ratio of luck to skill is about 7 to 3. Luck is not the only factor that needs to determine the outcome.
Yeah, I like the game due to that because
Hmm.
it makes it so there is a lot of luck involved in the game, and so there's only a ceiling that you can hit, but like there is some skill to it that makes it fun as well.
Yeah, you want to know what the secret to winning Mahjong is?
What?
A clear plan of attack.
Oh, well, I don't know how to play the game, so I can't create that plan. But I can talk about the winner here as we got Brother Nate over at the Chart House getting the double win on this one, taking home the $9 large frame as well as the $13 must-go coverall. Good job to all of our winners in this game number 4 of Skull Bingo. We will now be getting enrolled into a game number 5 with each and every one of those jackpot prizes continuing to grow as we get enrolled.
Absolutely. And as you guys get enrolled in this next one, we are going to move on to our next national day. Happy International Mahjong Day.
Yeah, definitely a cool one that I would love to play. Do you have a favorite, one of those kinds of games? Not quite like a board game, but of the chess checkers genre of
Solitaire,
games. Solitaire is your favorite of those games?
probably. Or Sudoku.
Yeah, those are good
Sudoku is
ones.
probably my favorite.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
How about you?
Um, I'm trying to think. I'd probably say chess is my favorite of the like.
Mind game.
Yeah, those. I guess I don't, but I don't even know if that's weird to put it in the same genre as um the two you just brought up.
Yeah, I'm not too
But
sure.
but I feel like it fits well with mahjong. So I don't know.
Yeah, you can just say your favorite strategy game in general.
Strategy game. Yeah, I think that
Chess.
chess would be my favorite strategy game. I think.
That way, because that overarcs over all of them, because they're all kind of strategy games, Not checkers that much, but
Yeah, I think checkers is a strategy game. What were the games that you said?
Sudoku's a mind game. That's not.
Sudoku. I was like, let's say those are more mind games than strategy games.
Solitaire is a strategy game, though.
Solitaire is a strategy game?
Yeah, if you're trying to beat a certain time or get a low card count.
Oh, okay. Because
Because
I was
once you
like,
play for over years and years on your phone, you have to like beat your record and
I was
stuff.
about to say, it gets to the point where it's just a
It becomes
very,
strategic for me.
it becomes strategic, but actually just like winning the hand
No,
is not that strategic of,
not really, especially when you're just playing with yourself.
yeah. Well, it's good to play a game that you know you're going to win. Well, happy International Mahjong Day. Hopefully, maybe I'll learn how to play Mahjong in the next coming weeks due to this national day. But next up is World Scout Scarf Day. Each year on August 1st, scouts across the world celebrate World Scout Scarf Day. This day is all active and former Scout members to showcase their Scout pride by wearing their yellow scarves in public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool one on today. Scouts are very prevalent in our society, and a lot of people were former Scouts, Girl Scouts, and Boy Scouts, and so it's definitely an important day.
Yes, we do have We Will Win over at Friar Tuck's Pub, taking away that Musco prize, $6, I'm sorry, going out to you. Nicely done to We Will Win. But yes, I did a very short stint in the Brownie Scouts. That was not my cup of tea. I didn't want any part of it, really.
Yeah, you weren't a big fan
was
of it. You would have rather
also-
been a part of the Boy Scouts though, and done what the Boy Scouts were doing, right?
No, at this year, I also was a part of a art club, and that was just what I wanted to consume my time with outside of dance.
Oh, it was just doing the art club.
Was going to art club.
Okay, super fun stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, did you know that the first Boy Scout was a British Baron?
No.
Yeah, little fun fact for you.
Do you have a name of him?
Robert Baden-Powell.
Wow.
Yeah.
First Boy Scout.
Cub Scouts get their name from the Jungle Book.
Really?
Yeah, fun
That's
little
cute.
fact. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Cub Scouts mean meet in dens or packs. The den leaders is something called an Akela after the head wolf from the novel.
Oh.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Very cool.
All but 4 countries have scouting programs.
Huh.
Oh, I didn't realize that the scouts were so widespread. Boy Scouts, including Dr. Seuss, sold Liberty bonds during World War One.
Hmm.
Interesting. William Randolph Hearst started a rival Boy Scout group and armed them. That's scary. They armed a bunch of little boys. Oh, wow, that's insane things. We do have a winner here, as we have a few winners in this game.
We have Cindy over at DeGraff Municipal Liquor Store taking away $10 on that Musco large frame. Nicely done to Cindy.
Yeah.
We're working towards that $15 Musco coverall.
Should be going out in the next few balls right here, as our winner is Bowl over at Corner Bar Goodhue, as well as Andy over at Uptown Waverly. They're going to be splitting up $15 on that Musco coverall. Good job to all of our winners in this game number 5 of Skull Bingo. We'll now be getting enrolled into a game number 6.
Absolutely. I can't believe they tried to make a rival Boy Scout and gave him guns.
Yeah, that's insane. Several badges, like the pigeon raising badge, have been discontinued.
We raised pigeons. I remember that.
Yeah. So some
that.
some others that have gotten the axe are the nut culture badge, as
Too many allergies.
known how to properly care for nut trees. Stalking badge, as it's tracking wildlife. Pathfinding, being a one-man GPS. Taxidermy badge, explanatory.
My dad did some taxidermy when he was a young Boy Scout himself.
That doesn't surprise me. Consumer buying badge, bargain hunting and haggling. Invention, which required the scout to obtain a patent.
Wow.
I don't know why they discontinued that, though.
That seems like a good thing if someone is able to do that.
Yeah, if they were able to obtain a patent, why not give them a badge for it?
Yeah.
Impressive
That's super,
stuff.
super funny.
Yeah, those are some funny things that have been discontinued.
Yes, if you guys have been with us for a long time, we've talked about how my father was a scout, what are they called? Troop leader.
Yeah.
And they would have these things called the Pinewood Derbies, where you would have to make your own little car out of wood and be able to race it. And I was able to compete once or twice. I won 1 year
Yeah.
specifically. It was great.
Yeah, big bragging rights for your against your brother with that one.
It was a big deal. We
As
went to
I'm pretty sure,
DQ after.
I wouldn't be surprised if you brought it up now. It would still be a little sore subject.
Yeah, probably.
You could probably still hold it over
No,
his head.
Hunter would be like, "No, you didn't win.
Yeah, he'd probably.
I did that
he,
year."
He would be like, I forgot. He'd totally have forgotten what happened, and then
Be
you have
like,
to,
"I thought I won."
and then you have to bring your dad into it, and then he'd be like, oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
But okay, 12 people have walked on the moon. Did you know
Really?
11 of them were scouts?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So Boy Scout ups your chances of
Boy
walking
Scouts
on the moon.
breeds astronauts.
Absolutely, they do.
That's
That's
really funny.
that's hilarious.
We do have a winner as Padre over at Graceville Bar and Lounge is taking away that Must Go line prize. $7 going out to you. Nicely done, Padre.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong was an Eagle Scout.
Good for him.
Oh, really cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, definitely a cool day on today. Wear your scout scarf.
Ascots with pride.
Yeah, your scout scarf with pride on today on World Scout Scarf Day.
One thing I will say about the Boy Scouts is that I always appreciated the popcorn sales each and every year.
The popcorn sales? I never knew of the popcorn sales.
You've never had Boy Scout popcorn?
No, never had Boy
And
Scout
Girl
popcorn.
Scouts had the cookies, Boy Scouts had the popcorn.
Really? I didn't know that. I always just, got Girl Scout cookies. I only bought the things that were right outside the Walmart. That was
Yeah, Boy Scout popcorn.
was that sold right outside the Walmarts and the
No,
Myers?
but I had a father who was,
Yes, obviously he would
and
be
he'd be
more
like,
involved
sign us
with
up for
it.
12 cases of the Boy Scout popcorn. And so we would get the Boy Scout popcorn.
I
And
know.
it was so
I'm
good.
upset that I haven't seen this because
Missing out.
yeah.
They had the huge tins of the multiple
Ooh,
types of it,
I
but they
love those
also
kind.
had the microwavable bags of like butter popcorn. They were all just great.
And it's a specific brand that only Boy Scouts sell?
I have no idea. I think so.
I
but
wonder.
it's
Well,
great.
maybe I'll have to try it out soon. As a big popcorn fan, I would definitely
They're
like
the
to
Boy
see
Scouts
that.
of America popcorn.
Yeah,
That's-
see,
yeah.
I need to try it. As you know, I think of myself as a bigger popcorn fan than you. And if
Yes,
you have
you
high
are.
praises for it, then I'll have to try it because it's got to be some good popcorn.
Absolutely, it is some great popcorn.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff. Well, definitely good stuff to hear. I want to try out some of that Boy Scout popcorn on World Scout Scarf Day, We do have some winners here though.
Absolutely, Ben is taking home the double win at B&L or L&M Bar. They're taking home $12 on the Musco large frame and $18 on the Musco coverall. Nicely done to Ben and Padre taking home those wins in this game number 6. We're about to get enrolled in our 7th round of Skull Bingo, so make sure you guys get enrolled, and we're going to jump into our next national day. Lunasa Day, and every year on the Sunday closest to August 1st, the Celtic festival Lunasa kicks off the harvest season. The festival also marks the beginning of autumn and traditionally lasts for about a month.
Yeah, good job. Definitely awesome stuff there. Cool Celtic festival. As we're gonna find out a little bit more about this festival as we continue on, and
If you guys wanted to know, this is the celebration of the Celtic god Lo. Very cool stuff. Let me see what else I can find. There's many different ways that you can say this festival's name, but the Lunasa is the traditional shortened version that everyone uses.
yeah, some of the things that they do to celebrate it is people make crafts, decorate their houses to represent his skills in those areas, and with most Sabbats. There is feasting. This feast usually is prepared with one's harvested crops at this time.
Absolutely. So, in Irish mythology, the Lunasa festival is said to have begun by the god Lo, who it started as a funeral feast and athletic competition in commemoration of his mother, Talto, who had died at some point in the lore.
Ah, super interesting stuff. Well, happy Lunasa. Next up is
Very cool.
National Girlfriends Day. On August 1st, National Girlfriends Day encourages women across the U.S. to get together and celebrate their special bonds of friendship. Yeah, so this is for your gal pals. You got another name for it? Gal pals, girlfriends.
Girlfriends, yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I thought there was more names for them
Not that I
for
can.
having your girlfriends
Yeah, I'm
around.
sure there's 152 names people call their girlfriends,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know. None that come to the top of my head right now. Yeah, definitely a really fun one. I love my little gal pals. We have a little book club together. We get together once a month, chat about our horrible book pick of the month,
Mm-hmm.
and drink our wine, and it's super good.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool one on today. Gal pals are always a good thing to have around. I've always been someone that's had a few friends that were females, and they've always been some of my best friends. And I've looked for them for advice that I couldn't get in other situations, and so that's always nice. We do have a winner as we got B Day 124 over at American Legion Fridley, taking home a nice prize. A bunch of luck going out to you, B Day. Hopefully you can take home a bigger prize than that $9 Musco, as it is your birthday, and we want to help you celebrate on today.
Absolutely. But happy National Girlfriends Day. If you guys have your gal pals out with you, take a picture, send it our way as a player pick, and we would love to see it as well.
Okay, but I mean, we can't just move on from gal pals. Well, what's your favorite meal to get with your girlfriends?
Sushi for sure.
Sushi. What kind of sushi?
Anything and everything. They're the only ones I can go get sushi with.
Okay,
So.
what kind of dips are you guys getting? What are you craving on that?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I just want to know your favorite meal. You're just giving a very
My
bland answer.
Well, my girlfriends, they eat everything and anything. It really depends on when we hang out.
Okay.
We're foodies at heart. We'll go to a Mexican restaurant, sample all the different margaritas they have and and all their dips
Not
and
saying
chips.
what you guys would do. I know you could choose a million and two things and have an amazing time. I'm asking what your favorite gal pal meal is.
No, I don't have one.
Okay. Well, I don't have enough gal pal experience to be able to say like, oh, going out with my girlfriends and
I'm very excited because we now live in a town that I have some more gal pals around me, so I'm going to make them do some more gal pal things with me, and I'm very excited about it. We do have a winner right here, though, as OGNIB is taking away that Musco large frame, $15. Nicely done over at St. Patrick's Tavern.
Yeah, definitely a cool one on today. You have a book club with all of your gal pals,
Yes, I do.
having a good time with that. You guys have been reading a few books over the last few months and then getting together, having a few glasses of wine and enjoying your books, talking about the plot and everything. Have you guys enjoyed your books so far?
No, I haven't. That's what I said. I already told him about my book club, and I said that we just talk about our horrible books of the month that we pick. But we do have a winner right here taking away that Musco coverall.
Babs over at the Trail Stop Tavern is taking home $22. Good job to all of our winners in this game, as we will now be getting enrolled into this next game.
Absolutely. But my girlfriends, they just keep picking books they hear off of social media, which everyone is recommending. And I think we need to steer clear of that and start just reading the synopsises ourselves.
Yeah, that's always seems like a good one. Or you can just pick some of the really OG popular ones that you've missed out on throughout the times. I'm sure there's got to be a few that you've missed out on that you feel like you need
There's a
to
ton I
read.
want to read, but they don't want to read them.
They don't want to read those. Well, maybe. You've been on a real reading kick this past year, and so maybe you'll get
I'm just
to.
going to read them without them.
Yeah, you get to read. Do you have,
I have a whole list of books that I'm going to read. I'm already flying ahead of them with all the books that we talked about reading.
And so, yeah, but that's one of your favorite things to do with your girls is hang out and talk about the books that you've read throughout the month.
Absolutely. Just anytime in general I can get together with them since we all live in different towns now. It's a little bit harder to schedule that gal time. And so today is a great day to just appreciate the gal pals you have in your life and celebrate them on National Girlfriends Day.
Yeah, next up is International Child Free Day. International Child Free Day occurs each year on August 1st. On this day, show your support and honor those who are willing to choose to live a child-free life, respectively.
Absolutely. We're seeing that more and more as people are growing up in this society. We're seeing more people choose to live a child-free life, and that they have every right to do so. That's your choice.
Yeah, it's definitely one. It's the one that I personally would never choose. But that means no judgment onto anybody who does choose that lifestyle. But I could never see my life going without having a kid. I definitely am someone who has that want to become a parent at some point in my life.
Yeah, there was definitely a phase of my life where I questioned it. But now that I am maturing and I'm growing up and I'm becoming closer and closer to the age where I would actually start considering it, it's definitely something I would like for my future.
Yeah, I feel like everybody goes through that little bit of a phase where they're like, I don't know if I want kids because you get to you're at an age
Yeah,
where you're
when I was
so
like
scared of it.
freshly a woman, the thought of having a child was absolutely horrendous to me.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just a scary thought. And so there's that phase where I'm like, do I really want to put myself through that? But I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put myself through it multiple times.
Yeah, because you end up wanting to be a parent. But yeah,
Yes.
it's respect to everybody who doesn't want to become a parent, wants to live
Absolutely.
their life child free. It's not a bad idea at all. We got Kitty over at Boulevard Tavern taking home $10 on that line prize. Definitely good job to Kitty as we work on the $537 large frame.
Absolutely. Happy International Child Free Day. I know your pets will thank you and they'll be super, super spoiled with their lives.
Oh yeah, I mean it definitely frees up some time for you. I mean you can really enjoy your vacation time
Hmm.
without having to worry about kids. So
Absolutely.
there's definitely benefits, pros and cons, and so happy International Child Free Day. Respect everyone who makes their choice to be child free or with child with their life.
Absolutely. Show respect for everyone. And on that same side of the coin, as it is that International Child Free Day, it is also Respect for Parents Day. And on August 1st, Respect for Parents Day recognizes the leadership roles parents play in not only a child's life, but also in our communities.
Yeah, parents are super important, whether they're your parent or they're just one of the parents that you
It's
of
an
your
influencing factor
yeah,
on you.
of your parent. It was one of your friends' parents that gave you some really good advice while growing up. It was a teacher that kind of gave you some parental advice as well. That maybe isn't in the scope of teaching. There's a lot of moments like that where adults have made huge moments, and through their eyes of being parents, they've been able to give better insight to children.
We do have a winner here as Chad over at L&M Bars, taking away $16 on that Musco large frame. Nicely done to Chad.
Oh yeah, definitely a good job to him as we work on the Musco $25 coverall. But on Respect for Parents Day, we send all the respect to all the parents out there playing pilot games. A little bit of luck goes out to you guys as you try and take home some prizes. We do have NPR over at Plum's Neighborhood Bar and Eatery taking home $25 on this game number 8. Good job to all of our winners in this game number 8 as we'll now be getting enrolled into a game number 9 with all of our jackpots continuing to grow and roll into this upcoming game.
Absolutely. And as you guys are getting enrolled in this game number 9, we're going to continue talking about our national days and Respect for Parents Day.
Yeah, huge one. Definitely a great day too. Just send a little bit of respect out to your parents on today. We'll get into our last national day now as it's National Raspberry Cream Pie Day. Raspberry Cream Pie Day takes advantage of the ripe berries available this time of the year, and you're fortunate enough to enjoy some fresh baked raspberry cream pie. It is a day to celebrate.
Now, when I looked this up earlier today, there seems to be a lot of different variations of the raspberry cream pie, which is a little concerning
Why?
because I don't know what a real raspberry cream pie looks like.
Yeah, there is multiple different variations. The most common variation is the regular vanilla cream pie with a raspberry jam on
Yeah,
top.
like layer
Yeah, that's but the one I would like to taste the most is the raspberry cream mixed into the
fluff,
vanilla fluff, and it all getting mixed together into like a pinky type middle.
like raspberry fluff.
Yeah, turn it into a raspberry fluff is more of what I'm into, and that's a common version as well. But I do definitely see more of just the jam on top.
Absolutely, but I agree with you. I think the pre-mixed kind of raspberry fluff is definitely a more appealing one. There's even one that I see has an Oreo crust on it.
On the exact same image
Yep.
as you as you're talking about that. Looks
hmm
super tasty with that
It's the
Oreo
Pioneer
crust.
Woman's recipe if you guys are curious.
Hmm.
Definitely looks very, very appetizing. I am a big, big fan of raspberries in dessert, and so I think I could definitely celebrate this National Day.
Yeah, a chocolate raspberry cream pie seems like it would be way up my alley.
I know, look at this one.
Ooh, super tasty. Add a little bit of
Because
like
it's
whipped cream on
almost
top.
like a Black Forest cake, but instead of the cherry, it's
A little
raspberry.
bit lighter too. It's not quite.
hmm
You don't have to have the
Super dense.
yeah density of a cake, but you get the flavors
The
of that
richness
as
of it.
well. That seems like an awesome little combo right there. So I mean, whatever variety you want on this National Day, definitely celebrate with some variation of a raspberry cream pie on today.
Absolutely. We got a huge cash prize on that line. We'll have to see if it's going to go out. And we're moving on to an $11 Musco line prize. We'll have to see which one of those players is going to take it home.
Yeah, as we work through this game number 9, we're going to be talking a little bit about some Twins news while you guys are working on this one, as they are 54 and 53 on the season. And before I talk about the game that just happened, we do have a winner.
That's right. Brunner over at Rapid Ricks is taking home $11 on that Musco line prize. Nicely done to Brunner. But as you were saying, we do have a little bit of Twins news to talk about.
Oh yeah, and on a day where the Twins needed a win, they put up no fight, losing to the Royals 2-1. The Royals swept away the Twins' good vibes and left them with more questions than answers before the impending trade deadline, which is happening tonight. The Twins now hold just a half-game lead in the AL Central after losing 5 games in a row. The trade deadline looms between now and the next game tonight. The Twins face a long look in the mirror, an honest look at the roster, and perhaps multiple changes between now and their matchup with the St. Louis Cardinals.
hmm
Should be some interesting stuff. It does look like they are inquiring. They inquired earlier today on about
The Oscar.
yeah.
Teoscar.
Yeah, Teoscar Hernandez and infielder Ty Francis in their search for a right-handed bat. Adding some right-handed thump to the lineup is a sensible choice for Minnesota. The Twins collective 42 WRC plus against Southpaws this season is better than only the Rockies in MLB.
hmm
Yeah, so we've been struggling. We need to get some right-handed batters. Would be some great stuff for us.
We do have Ben over at L&M Bar taking away $18 on that Musco large frame. Now we're working towards that $27 Musco coverall prize. We'll have to see. There it is. Going out to Brunner over at Rapid Ricks. Nicely done to all of our winners in this round number 9. We're about to get enrolled in our 10th round of Skull Bingo.
Yeah, definitely. Keep on getting enrolled and pressing play as those jackpots continuing to grow into a game number 10. You guys, we will have a game happening tonight with our Twins against the Cardinals at 6:45.
Absolutely.
Right as that MegaSota game night is going to get started, so you guys can play some great PGL night action. Watch your Twins hopefully get a win against the Cardinals, and maybe if you're not playing the PGL action, you can play the great ETAB game that's actually themed after our Minnesota Twins.
Absolutely. Go check that out. You can play it at any time. Twins win. You can play it at any of your local bars or restaurants around Minnesota. You can even check out that home run derby bonus round in it. And if you pick a lucky batter, you could end up taking home some Grand Slam prizes.
Yeah, it's definitely some great stuff there. Check out one of our favorite ETAP games.
Oh,
But
yes.
one of our favorite live bingo games is actually themed after our Twins, and that is our Game Day Bingo. Outside of Wednesdays, all of our Game Day Bingo is themed after the Twins, and you guys are earning points towards the Game Day Bingo standings whenever you're playing that game. Our player and location standings have gotten major shakeups over the last few days, and we'll get into what those shakeups entail right now.
Absolutely. So starting it off in 8th place, there was a tie that was formed up. It was between Mad Dog at Egan Armed Public House and Why Not Me at Beatles Bar and Grill, as well as Mike over at the Sherwood Lounge, all tied in 8th place now with all 17,000 points. Fifth place, coming in from unranked, we have Brother Nate at Sportsman's Pub, tying it up with already in that tie. It's between TC Bear at the Ore House, Kimmy69 at Leo's Bar Newmarket, and now that Brother Nate over at Sportsman's Pub. All three in fifth place, all with 18,000 points now. Now in fourth place, we have Bobo at the Corner Bar Goodhue, currently sitting with 19,000 points. Third place is Funk at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, currently sitting with 20,000 points. While with 27,000 points in second place, we have Rock Rider at the Incline Station Bowling Center. And in first place, we have Call Me Jen at JR Matt, currently sitting with 40,000 points.
Good job to all those players killing it in Game Day Bingo. We do have balls now dropping in this game number 10 of Skull Bingo. Let's see what our prizes are sitting at. We got a nice over $400 prize, I think.
Yeah, it should be closing in on 5 now, yeah.
$527 available on that line prize, $647 available on the large frame, and $425 available on the coverall. As you guys get on after it, I'll be hopping into the location side of the Game Day Bingo standings. And in 10th place, we have Tootsie's with 30,000 points. With 31,000 points in 9th place, we have Shady's Railside. 7th place is a two-way tie between Incline Station Bowling Center and Corner Bar Goodhue, both with 33,000 points. We hop into another tie in 5th place between Joe and Stan's and Boulevard Tavern, both with 34,000 points. Before I get into the top 4 locations in Game Day Bingo, we do have a nice must-go prize.
That's right, Andy, as well as Call Me Jen. They're both splitting up that $14 must-go line prize nicely down. Call Me Jen at JR Mac and Andy at the Uptown Bar.
Yeah, good job to both those winners as we now work on the $647 large frame. But the top 4 locations in Game Day Bingo. In 4th place, we have JR Mac with 48,000 points. With 53,000 points in 3rd place, we have Leo's Bar Newmarket. 2nd place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 58,000 points. And with 59,000 points, just barely ahead of VFW Spring Lake. Just barely ahead of Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards is VFW Spring Lake Park, killing it in 1st place.
Absolutely nicely done to VFW Spring Lake Park and the entirety of those standings. We'll have to see if who is going to come out on top. There's still a ton of play left in this season 14, so don't worry about it just yet. But if you guys want to check out some of the other games we have here at Pilot, you can actually check out the different eTab games we have at any time. There's over 70 different charitable eTab games, and each with a huge payout up to $1,500. They even have small bets between 50 cents and $5, awesome bonus rounds, and free play rounds that you guys can win as well.
Oh yeah, we'd love to highlight one of our favorite eTab games, which just hit your guys' iPads just about a month ago, and that's Lucky Larry's Lobster Mania. Get a boat full of bonuses in the buoy bonus as you pick out lobster traps loaded with huge wins. In the land and lock bonus, you have a chance to unlock the motherlode jackpot, fill your screen with treasure chests, and watch the riches pour in. Set sail and find lobster loaded jackpots today at your favorite Minnesota bar. Before we talk more about that great eTab game, we do have a winner here.
Shelly over at the Boulevard Tavern in West St. Paul is getting to take home $23 on that must-go large frame. Nicely done to Shelly.
Yeah, now working on the must-go coverall. But Lucky Larry's Lobster Mania, that's a really fun new eTab game that just got released about a month ago like we were talking about. And you can definitely take home some really fun prizes in that as it's one of the more popular eTab games.
We have Debbie at the Mill Creek Inn, as well as SSTSH over at the Blue Line Sports Bar and Grill, both splitting up $34 on that must-go coverall prize. Nicely done to all of our winners in this round number 10. We're now getting enrolled in our 10th game of Skull Bingo.
11th game of Skull Bingo. Should be a lot of fun as we get into this game number 11. As you guys are getting enrolled, we do have a little bit of music history we can get talking about. As on today in 1981, MTV goes on the air, bringing music videos to the masses, at least the ones with cable.
I would like to know, what was the first music video?
Ooh, that's a good
aired?
question. As MTV has done a lot of different music videos, what possibly could have been the first music video that they ever put out there?
The first music video to ever air on MTV was Video Killed the Radio Star.
That is amazing.
That's so good.
That makes total sense. That's got to be like their slogan for during the beginning of their time.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
What's the second
Um,
one? As the first one kind of makes sense with it just being kind of like like oh like we're taking over radio.
so it went Video Killed the Radio Star, and then they played You Better Run by Pat Benatar. They
Okay.
played She Won't Dance with Me by Rod Stewart. Then it was You Bet by The Who, and Little Susie's Up on Top is the Little Susie on the Up is by PhD, is the first 5 songs ever played.
That's super cool stuff. Well, MTV definitely a huge site. They got so many people into music throughout the ages, as that was a lot of people's only way of consuming music for a time.
Absolutely. I watched my first music video on MTV ever. I don't remember what my first music video ever was,
Uh
though.
huh.
I think it might have been Hammer Time.
Hammer Time.
Yeah,
That's a good
by
one.
MC Hammer.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, with a white background and him in his hair
Yeah,
and
yeah,
pants.
that's super good. That's a super good
I
one.
think that was my first ever music video.
Yeah, I can't think of my first ever music video I ever watched, as I didn't watch MTV growing up. That was something that I wasn't allowed to watch as a kid, and I followed the rules and didn't watch it.
Well, you see, on cable growing up, it went like Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and then MTV all in a
Uh-huh.
row. And so I was like, perfect, my four channels.
Ah, that's great. My parents always had put a ton of restrictions on it, and I
My
had to
parents
put
didn't know how to do
did the
that.
whole code thing on the TV that you had to type in whenever you went onto a channel that could have inappropriate
That's so
content.
funny.
And so that's what I grew up with. So I didn't watch a ton of MTV, but I can't think of what my first music video I ever watched. But I know so many people. You talk about, you just hear artists in interviews talking about their growing up, especially artists that are coming up now that are around our age or a little bit older than us, just barely older than us. They talk about how sitting in their home watching MTV videos in their living room, dreaming about becoming stars, and then they became it. And so MTV has had a huge influence in stardom today.
Absolutely. And I used to watch Cribs and Pimp My Ride all the time.
Those are great ones as well. Now MTV is a very different
Yeah,
like
now I
platform than
don't,
it
because
was when
all
it
they
first
play
came
is
out.
ridiculousness, so it's kind of hard to watch MTV ever. We do have You Betcha at JJ's Bowl and Lounge, taking away $17 on that line prize. Nicely done to You Betcha.
No, working on the $723 large frame. Next up, though, in our music history, in 2014, the movie Guardians of the Galaxy opens in America, reviving 70s favorites like Hooked on a Feelin' and Come and Get Your Love.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a fun one on today. I know you talked about how you have mixed feelings about it, as it brought in an era of playing 70s, 80s rock for your any action movie, and that's definitely been a case where that's become super popular. But I think Guardians of the Galaxy gets a pass as it's the first one that did it.
Absolutely, and they did it so well, and I love it, and I love 70s rock so gosh darn much, but man, oh man, it's all I think about. I'm like, they've broken, like, action films.
We do have some winners here, as we have $28 going out to Terry over at American Legion Long Prairie, and Glenn over at the Blue Line Sports Bar and Grill, taking home $42. Good job to all of our winners. In this game number 11, we're about to get into the midway point of these games. Game number 12 of Skull Bingo, getting rolled just 1 minute and 45 seconds to do so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but just talking about Guardians of the Galaxy and how big its soundtrack was, let's talk about some of the more songs that were in that soundtrack, as it had Spirit in the Sky,
Great one.
I Want You Back, Escape, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Fool Around and Fell in Love. We also got I'm Not in Love. What else? Hooked on a Feeling.
Yeah. Cherry Bomb, The Runaways, classic.
Yeah, so many huge hits. Oh Child.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many big hits.
Absolutely. I mean, they have a great soundtrack. I mean, almost every household in America owns it on vinyl. It kind of resurged the The want of that.
Yeah, it did have just like a very, very, very cool soundtrack from top to bottom, having a bunch of huge hits that were really good.
Absolutely. My parents don't even watch Marvel. They don't like superheroes,
Uh-huh.
but they have both Guardians Awesome Mix 1 and 2 on vinyl.
That's awesome. I didn't even realize that they had both those. That's super,
Just because
super
it's got
fun
a
stuff.
good culmination of all of the 70s rock anthems, you know?
It does have a bunch of really, really popular songs. Super cool stuff. Obviously, they've continued to put out movies that were really, really good soundtracks with the Guardians movies in particular. And so, really cool stuff get happening on music history on today. But if you want to make a little Pilot Games history, you could sign up at PGL.world to become a member of our league. PGL players, they compete for points and have access to insider information, which includes a monthly newsletter that has a bunch of great information in it. Sign up at PGL.world today, and we'll even get you highlighted in our new member spotlight.
We love showcasing all the different players who go over and sign up at PGL.world. And so a couple of those players who just did that include Granny, Subcircuit, Leafin11, Oakley Baby, Impaler SS, Baxter, Stroink, Bry1220, as well as D Hall. Welcome everybody to the Pilot Gambling League. I can't wait to see you come on out even tonight or tomorrow for our PGL nights.
Oh yeah, but we did just have some shakeups on those PGL standings last Wednesday, and we've been sitting on these standings since then, waiting for some more shakeups to happen tonight. Before we get into those great standings, we do have a winner here.
That's right, Judd at the L&M bar is taking away $17 on that line prize. Nicely done to Judd. L&M bar getting a ton of plays tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome stuff there. But as you guys are working on the large frame, I'm going to get into the PGO player standings. In 10th place, previously unranked, we have River over at Poppers, Virginia, with 215,970 points. With 220,010 points. In ninth place, previously unranked, we have Sherbert over at the clubhouse at Edinburgh, Brooklyn Park. 8th place, previously unranked, we have Scobie over at Vestabar with 220,670 points. With 222,315 points in 7th place, getting pushed back from 4th, we have Jen over at Joe and Stan's. 6th place, previously in 9th, we have Girly Girl 3 over at Eagles Faribault with 224,570 points. With 227,590 points in 5th place, previously in 7th, we have Chip over at Rudolph's Redneck Roost. In 4th place, previously in 3rd, we have Kate over at Whiskey Street in Melrose with 228,770 points. With 232,035 points. In 3rd place, previously in 8th, we have Mark over at the Stadium in Annandale. 2nd place is Yak over at the Stanchion Bar in Hamel with 238,495 points. And with 412,655 points, the number one player in these PGL standings, can't wait to see if they come out tonight, it is Bryzo over at the Underground Bar and Grill, Mankato.
Absolutely, that's some great stuff and nicely done to Bryzo, but we do have a winner right here as Bull at the Corner Bar in Goodhue is taking away that Musco large frame and Gwen is taking away the Musco coverall. Bull is getting to take home $27 while Gwen gets a winning of $41. Nicely done to all of our winners in this round number 11. We're about to get enrolled in a round number 12. We're about to get enrolled in a round number 13 now, so make sure you guys continue to get enrolled.
Yeah, good job to all of our winners. As we get enrolled into this round number 13, Jordy is going to be talking about the location side of those PGL standings.
That's right, because hopping right on into 10th place, we got Malone's Bar and Grill of Maple Grove. They sit with 257,710 points. 9th place, it's the Vesta Bar of Vesta, as they sit with 260,880 points. 8th place is VFW Spring Lake Park, as they sit with 261,075 points. 7th place, it's Oleander Saloon of Mankato, as they sit with 293,150 points. 6th place, it's the Boulevard Bar and Grill of Coon Rapids, as they have 301,125 points. With 320,880 points in 5th place, we have Eagles Faribault. Fourth place is O'Brien's Pub of Rice as they sit with 323,895 points. Third place is the Third Rail Bar and Grill of Big Lake as they have 325,805 points. Second place, it's the Super Bowl of Ramsey, and they have 343,355 points. And in first place, we have the Underground Bar and Grill of Mankato. They sit with a whopping 412,655 points.
Well, can't wait to see what shakeups happen tonight with all that gameplay happening, all the players changing to different locations, taking their player points with them to whatever location they go to. It's going to be an exciting night of PGL point action. So hopefully we see all you guys sticking around all the way till 6:40 for a little MegaSota game night action. But we also have a Wild Wednesday celebrating our Minnesota Wild, so we gotta talk about some Wild news as there was a huge signing that we had today as the Minnesota Wild and goaltender Philip Gustafsson are going to avoid the ugly process of that arbitration hearing, and we are going to go right into having a great season as we re-sign the 25-year-old to a 3-year, $11.25 million contract that will carry a cap hit of $3.75 million. I think this is a great deal as it's kind of a win on both sides. It's not a huge payday that we're giving out to Philip Gustafsson, even though he had such an amazing season last year, saving 93% of shots on goal and having a 2.1 goals against average last season. Was expecting, maybe a little bit more, but if he can continue to put up numbers similar to that, being at only 25 years old, he will have a long time to earn lots of money, and I think this is more of a prove-it deal for him, so we can give him a long-term contract with this Wild team.
We do have OGNIB over at the St. Patrick's Tavern taking away $17 on that Musco Line prize. Nicely done to OGNIB.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know that we talked about the Wild all season long, and a lot of the reports that we gave was Philip Gustafsson saving our games. I mean, just playing amazing defense, us not being able to get the offense going like we once were. We were keeping him to low-scoring games, and Philip Gustafsson was one of those guys that was a real aid on that defense of saving a ton of shots on goal. And so hopefully we can, keep him around as 3 years. Great signing. He will be with our Wild till he's 28 years old. And then once we, sign him again to a longer deal and we get a long-term great goaltender. That's the hope in that.
Absolutely. We'll keep you guys updated with everything going on with our Wild, but if you want to show your support for them, check out the eTap game, Let's Go Wild. You can even check out that Slapshot bonus round to take home some trophy prizes.
Oh, absolutely. We are working on that Musco prize now of $28 on that large frame. As we click past that large frame at 43 balls or less, now we got to have to hit it in 50 balls or less to take home that $590 coverall, as neither of those prizes will be going out in this game. We do have that large frame Musco going out.
Harry H. over at American Legion Keisters taking home $28 on that Musco large frame. Nicely done to Harry. Now we're working on that $42 Musco coverall prize.
Yeah, it should be some great stuff as we continue on through these games. But as you guys are continuing on through these games, we do have a little fishing report we can check on in. And before we check in with the Eli area, we have a winner here.
That's right, Randy over at Clive's Roadhouse Burnsville is getting to take home $42. Nicely done on that Musco coverall prize. Once again, nicely done to OGNIB, Harry H, as well as Randy, all of our winners in this round number 13. We're about to get enrolled in our 14th game of Skull Bingo.
Yeah, already game number 14. But going into the Eli area, we have a report. We should be getting right back on screen with you guys in just one moment as we are getting on enrolled into this upcoming game. Yes, just 1 minute and 30 seconds to get enrolled into this upcoming game. As you guys are getting on after it, we're going to be talking about that great fishing report done on July 27th. And smallmouth smallies have been active in the last week for anglers. Topwater continues to be very popular with bass anglers. Wacky worms, Ned rigs, inline spinners, and spinner baits have all been effective for bass too. Smallies have been found in rivers, rocky shoreline points, down trees, and out and around islands in about 10 feet of water or less. Bone, white, and crawfish colors have been very effective colors. Panfish, crappies, and sunnies have been popular targets this last week. Anglers have been reporting catching good numbers of and size of crappies and they're finding good crappies around the timber laying in the water. Crappie minnows under a bobber, beetle spins, and hair jigs have been in pink, white, and chartreuse. Colors have been very popular choices. Sunnies have been located in the weed beds and weed lines. Angleworms and waxies fished under a bobber have been very effective on sunnies. For stream trout, reports have been cooled off as stream trout have moved deeper. Majority of stream trout have been caught now in being 15 to 20 feet of water. Small crankbaits and small spoons trolling with lead core has been very effective. For pike fishing, it has remained popular this week. Anglers have been finding active pike with classic spoons, spinner baits, buzz baits, and live suckers. Weed lines and river mouths have been popular places to find active pike.
Absolutely. That's some great stuff. So take all those tidbits out there onto the water with you guys. We are officially in this game number 14, officially $900 on that line prize. I can't wait to hopefully give it out soon. We have $950 on the large frame and $660 on that coverall. We're looking to give out some of these great prizes. We have Brother Nate, one ball away.
Yeah, it should be some great stuff as we continue after this game.
There
As
it is.
we have Barney Girl taking home $900 on that jackpot line prize over at the Friendly Buffalo. Good job, Barney Girl, in this game. I mean, we're up in the purple no matter what. Good job, Barney Girl, taking home that nice prize as we now work on the $950 large frame.
They're actually making a horror film based on Barney.
Really?
Yeah, A22 or A24, I can't remember what they are actually called, the production company that does horror films. They're making a adult horror Barney film.
Ooh, I wonder if they actually got the rights to a Barney or if it's going to be just like an off-brand Barney
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
in that movie. Should be some interesting stuff to see.
I think it's very comical.
Yeah, it is kind of comical. I don't know if I'd be that scared of a horror movie Barney, but you know, I always get surprised with the scary movies that actually freak me out.
Barney's just the one that does it for you.
Yeah, yeah. It's for some reason, Creepy Clowns from Outer Space as a child really freaked me out more than most scary movies. Like I watched other like really ghost-filled scary movies, but then Creepy Clowns from Outer Space as like I don't remember as like
That's so funny.
as like fifth grader for some reason. Like I was watching it at the same time I was watching Creepy Clowns from Outer Space, and
Yeah.
it didn't give me nightmares, but Creepy Clowns from Outer Space gave me nightmares.
Yeah, this guy from Get Out is making it.
Ah, that'll be interesting. The main
Yeah.
actor from Get Out.
Yeah, he's producing it.
Yeah, super, super cool stuff.
Very cool stuff. Well, nice job, Barney Girl, taking away that $900. I myself was a Barney Girl as a baby.
I didn't watch a ton of Barney. That was not one of
Love
my
Barney.
main shows. We do have Sin over at DeGraff Municipal Liquor Store, taking home $32 on that large frame. Now working on the $49 Musco coverall. It's amazing how many childhood actors and actresses actually came from the Barney show, like Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, like
Demi Lovato.
yeah, there was a bunch of little kids that were on Barney as young children.
Absolutely. Fun stuff. But if you guys are out there and you guys are having a blast, we'd love to see it. Just like you, Barney Girl, if you're going to hold up that $900 jackpot, snap a picture of it and send it our way. Before I talk further about those player pictures, we do have some winners.
Yeah, Carol as well as Brent. Brent over at Oasis Bar and Grill, and Carol over at American Legion Long Prairie. Splitting up that great Musco prize of $49. Good job to all of our winners. In this game number 14, we will now be getting enrolled into a round number 15. Should be some great stuff as we continue to get enrolled into these games.
Absolutely, and we will be back in that enrolling screen very soon, so just be patient and we'll be ready to get enrolled in this game number 15. Just about a minute and 20 seconds left for you guys to get enrolled with those great cash prizes continuing to grow on into this next round.
But you were talking about those great player photos
Yes,
and
I
the
was.
amazing ways to send them in. I'll show a great example off for you as we have that nice jackpot that went out this weekend. I think it went out to Rob, taking home that
Yes.
really nice prize. Well, glad to have you, Rob, and thank you for sending in that amazing player picture.
Absolutely. If you guys didn't know, when we first got that player picture sent in, we kind of went into a tangent of all the different famous Robs we know that could be out there playing.
Yes, we did, but we're hoping it's the great Rob out there from that player picture. You can also see some examples right next to Jordy